Hi, Pisces Rising. It's Elizabeth, also known as Astro-Anarchist. I'm here to deliver a Tarotscope for Scorpio season. I've been getting pretty verbose in these. I'm sorry. Don't know where that's coming from. I feel like I just dumped a bunch of cards, but the card that I picked for Pisces Rising is two of them. I did this with one other one too. So you got Hierophant, Pisces Rising, and you got the Queen of Cups. So this is some insane interest. I was just thinking of Pisces rising and these cards and just their combination. And um, so because you're a water sign, sorry, your rising is water, that puts um Scorpio season as sort of somewhat complementary in theory to what your your rising is. So that doesn't mean anything though, because all your planets are everywhere. So anyway, let's talk about the cards. So we've got Hierophant, which is a big card. It's the fifth card in the spiral, the first spiral, life spiral, and it's about who you learn from, who your guru is, who is your authority of truth. And the person that I study off of and I learned off of, she does something called Soul Tarot. Her name's Lindsay Mack, and she taught that this is really that you're the adult in the room. You're your own guru in the end. So this doesn't come to who you're learning from. This isn't a person that's not you. This is about you. This is about your truth and your authority and what you know to be true. And this card is big stuff. Well, I guess I could say that about every card, but there's something pretty intense when you're in a situation and you realize you're the person there that can make the best decisions and that the other people around are not in as good of a situation as you are to make those decisions and that they're unaware of what you're aware of and or that kind of thing. It's like your own authority, and you're the adult in the room. You're the adult in the room, and trusting that or having to trust that or not trusting it, and but knowing that it's on you. So there's a real there's a real vibe to it, and then it gets into like generational things. I have a card on the Hierophant that actually shows it as the Dalai Lama and his different incarnations from different lives. So there's interesting stuff coming through this, in my opinion. But um, there's a seasonal kind of quality to these major arcana cards. So that's it's like you're in the season of Hierophant. You're in a season or during this period of time, you may have to surrender to the idea that you're going to be the person who's leading you. And we all think that sounds great, but only really pretty crazy people are the ones who really want to be in charge all the time. In my opinion, but yeah. Okay, so at the same time, we've got Queen of Cups. And queens are court cards. Court cards are kind of getting into a mastery cycle. You've gone through enough of the lesson of the suite. In this case, the cups. The cups are the emotions and like deep emotions, our emotional body and our emotional regulation. This gets into trauma. This gets into, you know, PTSD, things like that, that I'm personally very familiar with. So with the Pisces Queen of Cups, we're we're looking at first, like if you think of the page as like a way to be rooted into that emotional body, like root into, oh yeah, this is trauma, this is my past stuff. Then you kind of get into how do you move with that. Then the Knight of Cups is how do you move with that deep emotion? Like how do you go to the party and at work anyway, even though your heart's broken, kind of stuff. And then you get into Queen of Cups, which is kind of like realizing maybe you got to tap out. And the Queen of Cups, she kind of goes into her crab shell and she will hide in there until it's safe to come out. There's a real thing about protecting yourself in, especially in this queen. But all of the queens kind of have a real solitary kind of me for me. It's a self-tending kind of vibe. And you don't have to be a woman to get a Queen of Cups vibe, right? You can definitely, no matter what gender, relate to that. Need to protect yourself and your emotional self, need to go inside and like well, I say hide, but it's not even hiding, it's protecting yourself. You're not supposed to always be around like people are amazing and relationships are amazing, but there is a part of you that needs tending and that knows how to tend you better than anyone. And when you're in mastery of your emotional sphere like this, then you'll know to really take yourself out of situations that are not helping you fill your cup. They're not helping you regulate. They're keeping you in cycles. So you start to know how to take yourself out of situations that are not really emotionally safe for you, or they're not right now. They could be later, but it's about really like taking that self-care is really about doing the messy work. It's not bubble baths and wine and I don't know, at least a lot of the self-care that I do involves a lot of ugly crying and like alone time. But yeah, so it's not to say that this can just be about like not having the energy, focusing on your own healing versus being with anyone else and letting them have your energy. Like it's really about your emotions and how you regulate. And this is really about how you trust that you're the person who knows this, you are your own guru. And they're both pretty big cards. This one especially, but this one for me also. But the medicine here, again, is about really the strength and power, I think, that you have Pisces rising, and that there's something really valuable and powerful uh, that you can tap into no matter what happens, especially if you feel like you're not or you're confused. So I hope that's helpful.